Yet another rant about how awful GNU image manipulation program is, okay? Now, I'm using it as an alternative to Photoshop, okay? I've elected to do so, and I'm moving through a project, and now I'm committed because the style of drawing you come out with from GNU image manipulation program is different to the style of image you would come out with from Photoshop. I don't want to confuse the styles in the project I'm doing, so I'm committed to using this GNU image manipulation program. It is the most atrocious, rotted, awful piece of software a person could ever use. When I'm finished with this project, I will never look at that software again, so long as I live. They would have to literally embark upon a campaign of literally copying Photoshop in order for it to be usable. I've heard people say, "Oh, it's logical," and it's not. It's awful. Even if it were, it's not usable. I don't care how ostensibly methodical it's not usable. The stuff it does is crazy. The naming of layers. It's the list. I have written down all the things that are wrong with the software. I'm not going to go through them now. I want to put it together in a document and just slam it on the desk of the morons who are producing this software. Yes, it's free. That does not mean it has to be bad. It doesn't. People could actually take charge of it and make it excellent. It seems that what they've tried to do, the whole ethos is reinvent the wheel. In their desperation not to tread on Photoshop's toes, they've tried to do everything in the most awkward way possible. It's like trying to redesign a spanner, but it not be a spanner, yet hoping that it will it work somehow. It's crazy. Oh, it's so powerful. It is not powerful. It is as powerful as a car without wheels. Oh yeah, a super sports car, wonderful thing. No wheels. No power. It's useless. This is the problem with this software. I don't know how. I just need to somehow get this off my chest so that other people also understand that they're not alone using this heap of junk software. Yes, it's open source. I don't care. That doesn't mean it has to be bad. It doesn't matter if it's open source. There is a problem with the design process, which is there is no leadership. Yes, you might say, "Oh, well, you wouldn't find that in open source." It doesn't matter. It's still a product which is being put onto the market, even though you're not paying for it, which is supposedly an alternative to Photoshop. Let's not pretend it isn't. That's exactly what it is. Yes, I know it's a kind of playground for developers, but it's garbage. And if I was part of that project, I would be appalled. I'm appalled as a user of it. Everything's back to front. Oh, we can't do it the way Photoshop does it, so we'll do it 10,000 more convoluted ways differently. It's ridiculous. It's an exercise in absurdity. How many times during a project do I have to go, "Oh, hang on, what's happened here?" Now in Photoshop, there are a certain number of things you have to keep an eye on, right? Fair enough. And if you don't keep an eye on it, it happens. But with GNU Imp, or IMP, whatever you want to call it, I refuse to call it the stupid name they call it, okay? So, GNU IMP, whatever you want to call it. Every time I'm using it, every 5 minutes, okay, I'm going, "Oh, what did I miss? Why has that done that? Why is that layer not renamed properly? Why is the order of layers wrong?" And I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I've used Photoshop for years and years and years, and I have no problem arranging the layers with that thing. No problem at all. It's not clunky. It's not ruined. It's not a mess. I know what I'm doing with it when it comes to keeping an eye on layers and the tools I'm using. I know what I'm doing. Every 5 minutes with this software, right? I am going, "Oh, hang on. Why has that happened? Oh, what does that mean?" I'm being blasted with information I don't need, flashing feedback I don't need, a thing on the bottom of the screen I can't get rid of, or rather I can get rid of it, but even if I get rid of it, that's the info bar, the status bar. It's giving me all sorts of information I do not need and do not want. If I get rid of it, If anything happens, boom! I've got a thing stuffed in my face, an error message. You haven't done this. As if I'm the one who's made the mistake. Even if I have, that's my problem. Don't hit the user in the face with it. It's just an ignorantly designed piece of software produced by morons. And that is what anyone using it would say. Faced with this ridiculousness. A couple of, things here and there, but you know what it feels like when you're using software that really works. You're like, oh my goodness, I love this. This is really good. Well, I'm sorry, guys, but GNU IMP is the worst pile of crap I've ever come across in my life. It's like they're not even trying to make it usable. It's like 10 different people are all clubbing together to produce something that they can all slap each other on the back and say, oh, it's wonderful, but the user's left going, what the hell is this garbage? That's the problem. Like I say, every 5 minutes, I'm just saying, I'm literally stopping what I'm doing and going, what went wrong? What did I miss? And that's crazy. The way that the tools are presented, it's insanity. All you have to do is copy Photoshop, yeah? Just copy Photoshop. Just copy them. They can't sue you. You're not making money out of it. Just copy it, but make the code slightly different. Different enough that you can't be accused of copying the code. The function isn't a problem. Make it do what Photoshop does, the way Photoshop does it, but just screw with the code. Not the function, the code. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just change the code. Rewrite it. Use a different language if you must. But make sure, if you want to avoid it being a duplicate of Photoshop exactly, in terms of code, just change the code somehow. Stop faffing around with the function of it. You've made it into this weird, obnoxious, convoluted pile of rubbish that no one can use. I'll state this again. I know what I'm doing. I've been using Photoshop for decades. And I will never, once in a day's work would I go, oh, hang on, what did I miss? With GNU Image Manipulation Program, I've been using it for over 2 years now. So, I don't know, about 18 months to 2 years. And I'm sick to death of it. I'm sick to death of it. I've got to use it to go to the end of the project I'm using because the way it works, it produces. The point is, I can't change what I'm using right now, and it's frustrating the hell out of me. But I want other people to know that they're not alone, and I don't know how to get hold of the developers of this nonsense because they hide behind. I don't know. I tried to get registered on some sort of forum so that I could speak to these or communicate with them about it. I couldn't even get past the little scrawny ratbag who was the admin. I just couldn't get registered. And every time I said, what are you doing? The guy seemed to say, oh, you're questioning me, are you? It's just nonsense. That's the problem with developers. They hide. Developers, they hide. It's crazy. And as a result, you get rubbish software that does not work. And even in the case of a professionally produced software like Photoshop, the same is true now. All the developers are hiding. Even Photoshop's getting bad. But GNU IMP should be good. They've got the opportunity to produce something that works, but they're off in fairyland producing something that nobody can use. I challenge anyone in this world to use that software and not go, oh my god, why have 10 different things happened that I didn't expect to happen? How am I going to use? It's impossible. It's impossible. I've seen people write in forums, oh, it's a steep learning curve. It's not a steep learning curve. It's an impossible learning curve. 5 or 6 things at once. You can't possibly keep track of it all. You can't. You can't do it. I reiterate, I know what I'm doing. I use Photoshop and I can get stuff done like that. I know what I'm doing. This thing is a pile of useless trash. That's that. It is indefensible. All it takes is leadership. Someone to actually say, okay guys, I'm sorry, what you've done is a good idea, but we've got to scrap it and make it exactly the same as Photoshop. Exactly the same, and you can do it. If you want a challenge, do that. Don't try and make it some weird sort of, oh, look how clever we are, we reinvented the wheel so it's square. It's absurd. The wheel works because it works. The reason Photoshop works is because for thousands and thousands of hours, people using it and people developing it have made sure it's streamlined. You guys have just abandoned the notion of streamlining the product and made it as blocky and ruined as possible. Great. You've tried hard to do something. It didn't work. Acknowledge this and scrap it and start again. Truly. I'm saying this for your benefit. Stop doing what you're doing. Go back to the start and say, hang on, the people who use our products are trying to find an alternative to Photoshop that functions as well as Photoshop does. Make that your goal. Don't make it, we must not do what Photoshop does, because you've ruined it. You've just completely ruined what could be an amazing alternative to Photoshop. I've actually wondered if people from Photoshop have somehow been tasked with getting involved with the GNU IMP project so as to undermine it and make it as awful as possible. It's crossed my mind because I don't see how it can be I don't see how it can be accidentally this bad. I don't know what else to say. It's atrocious. If it was great, I'd be making a video saying how great it is, but it's not. It simply is rubbish. That everything you need to know about how bad it is listed in forums where people say, oh my god, it's clunky rubbish. It doesn't need to be that way. Just devote yourselves to sorting the problem and it will be solved. What else can I say? I'm trying to do you a favour and everyone else.